Bonefish and Tarpon Trust celebrated a major conservation win for Florida's bonefish in August. Guided by our research, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission approved a 3-month seasonal closure at a critical bonefish pre-spawning site discovered by BTT in Biscayne National Park. Bonefish school at this location by thousands before moving offshore to spawn in deep water at night. This newly enacted measure prohibits all fishing during peak spawning season and will ensure the continued recovery of Florida's bonefish populations. Meanwhile, BTT is closing in on another suspected spawning site in a 5-mile area off Key West. Have you seen more sharks on the flats? If so, you're not alone. Conservation measures over the past 20 years have resulted in the healthiest shark populations in decades. A consequence of this recovery is that anglers are losing more fish to sharks. To address this critical issue, Bonefish and Tarpon Trust has launched a new project to map hotspots in the Florida Keys and to examine the drivers of shark behavior in them. This important study will help inform future management decisions to reduce angler-shark interactions and mitigate the unsustainable loss of game fish. Everglades restoration is essential to the future of Florida's fisheries and remains a top priority for Bonefish and Tarpon Trust. BTT continues to advocate for full funding and expedited delivery of projects that will store, clean, and move water south. In the 2025 Florida legislative session, BTT joined with partners to help secure over $800 million for Everglades restoration, while also supporting the proposed federal budget of $446 million. At the same time, BTT is advocating for other clean water priorities statewide. These include the continuation of Florida's Innovative Wastewater Technology Grant Program, robust funding to convert septic systems to sewer, and upgrades to existing wastewater infrastructure. Habitat loss is one of the greatest threats facing fisheries today. The loss of juvenile tarpon habitats will mean fewer tarpon in the future. That's why BTT is working to map and restore these critical areas. Earlier this year, BTT completed the assessment of 6 juvenile tarpon habitat sites in Southwest Florida, selecting 4 for future restoration. All of these sites support Boca Grande's world-renowned tarpon fishery and build on BTT's earlier work at Coral Creek, as well as our ongoing project covering 1,100 acres at Rookery Bay in Collier County. Bonefish and Tarpon Trust is leading the restoration and conservation of mangroves in the Bahamas. With the help of partners, BTT recently surpassed its goal of planting 100,000 mangroves in areas of Grand Bahama and Abaco devastated by Hurricane Dorian. We now extend our commitment, pledging to plant 1 million mangroves with our Bahamas Mangrove Alliance partners by the end of 2026. At the same time, our alliance continues to engage the government of the Bahamas on new policy measures to prevent loss and conserve mangroves at a nationwide scale. Creek restoration is also a priority for BTT in the Bahamas. Many tidal creeks have been blocked for decades by old roads and causeways once used to remove timber and develop the islands. Now abandoned, they cut off creeks from other coastal habitats. BTT and the Bahamas Ministry of Works recently signed an agreement to fully restore 2 creek systems on Grand Bahama's East End. This important work will improve the overall health of the fishery by restoring natural flows and fish passage, improving water quality, and enhancing coastal resilience. Several more creek restorations will follow on Abaco. Bonefish, tarpon, and permit populations are interconnected across the vast region that we fish, from the Bahamas and Florida to Cuba, Belize, and Mexico. Sustaining these populations requires that we conserve species and their habitats locally and at regional scales. BTT is at work on 2 projects in Mexico. Near Celestune, on the north coast of the Yucatan Peninsula, BTT is partnering with Ducks Unlimited to restore essential mangrove habitat critical to juvenile tarpon and waterfowl alike. Further south, BTT is working closely with Casablanca Lodge in Ascension Bay to conduct research that will guide future conservation and fishery management efforts. Unsustainable development is a growing threat to Belize's flats fishery. BTT is working with local partners to oppose unwise development that would harm important flats habitats. After joining with the Belize Flats Fishery Association to successfully turn back a proposed development that would have destroyed Wilbour Flats, BTT is continuing to work with local fishing guides to research and map important spawning areas, juvenile habitats, home ranges, and fishing grounds. These maps will be used by the Belize Coastal Management Authority to prioritize habitat protections as Belize updates its spatial management plans.